What's up, guys? Ed here. Kind of feeling like dog shit. I'm going to explain to you why. So we got a big topic today. What does it feel like to PCT? Before we get into the video, as always, I'm not a doctor. Don't take this as medical advice. If you guys like the content I've been putting out, please like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. I'm trying to put out some videos here, but it's tough. I work full-time job. I got a little side hustle I do on the side now too. So the YouTube videos is tough, man. Help me to quit my job so I can just make videos full-time. That's what we want to do. All right, well, let's get into it. PCT, why do we do it? Well, what does this make us feel like? What's the whole point of it? And do we actually need it? Well, let me preface all this by saying this is my third PCT that I've done. This is my third steroid cycle that I finished up. My first two went pretty good. I didn't feel like dog shit after the first two, but this one's getting me good. It's getting me real good. I've been off of my steroids now for about 8 or 9 weeks. So just over 2 months. I took about 2 or 3 weeks before I started my PCT. PCT'd for a full 4 weeks plus a couple days. It was 30, maybe 30 some odd days. And here I am about 2 weeks later after my PCT is done. And I am not feeling too hot, guys. I'm going to tell you right now, PCT is not a fun thing to do. Everybody thinks when you take steroids, you get angry and irritable and, you know, that's when the rage comes out. No. You feel great on steroids. It's when you come off of them that you start feeling like shit. So I've noticed these past few weeks, I have been getting very irritable. The slightest little thing will just tick me off. My patience is running thin in traffic or even the minor inconveniences. I'm like, what the fuck? Like ready to rip somebody's head off at all times. Now, not everybody gets this, but I think it's just the swing of the hormones that happens when you PCT. I've also been very tired. When you come off of gear, your body is going to be tired. You're going to want to just stay in bed and sleep. You're not going to want to get out of bed. You're going to want to take a nap during the middle of your work day. My body aches. My joints ache. My muscles are sore. I get way more sore in the gym now. Like, you're not going to have all the energy that you had when you were pumped up on all your testosterone, ready to go attack the world, wake up and get after it. I notice my energy is down. Temper is short. I feel not great. I'm kind of sick. I don't know what came first, if it was the chicken or the egg. I've heard some stories, some reports of guys who get sick during their PCTs. I don't know if there's any evidence, any studies to back this up. Maybe it compromises your immune system. I haven't looked into it in great detail. So I don't know if it was the PCT that kind of kicked me into getting sick, or if I just happened to get sick at this time and now it's making the whole process even worse. I don't know. Anyway, some other things that you should note before you start your first steroid cycle and you plan on PCTing. Your strength is going to go down tremendously. In the gym, just a month ago, I was benching 335. Probably like 6 sets of 5 reps, which is pretty damn good. Now the other day, I think I barely did 295, 4 sets of 6. 40 pounds less. I did 1 rep more, but for less sets. But it was like barely got it. That was a tremendous strength. Yeah. I'm still stronger than your average Joe, but yeah, not like I was on the sauce like 2 months ago, actually. So I already went over to the dark side with taking the steroids. I knew I was going to PCT and come off because I didn't want to be on steroids all year round like some guys do. All your TikTok guys, most of them now, believe it or not, they're on steroids and SARMs, all SARMs goblins. They're just on that shit all year round. So if you're a bodybuilder, that's what you got to do. I'm not a competitive bodybuilder. And I figured one day I'm going to have kids, so fertility was a big issue for me. So that's why I chose to do my steroid cycles and then come completely off PCT, let my body return back to normal, make sure everything was firing properly. I don't know if you guys saw my video from my blood work I got midway through my PCT. My LH and my FSH were up above normal or above normal range, which is good. That tells me that, you know, everything's kind of firing again. The PCT is kicking my body on. I'm producing that LH, that FSH. It's telling my Leydig cells, my Sertoli cells, make testosterone, make sperm, the whole cycle from... Well, I'll make a whole video about your HPTA later. This is just how you feel while you're on PCT. But yeah, so I was saying, I'm already went over to the dark side, and now I'm seriously considering just blasting and cruising. I can see why a lot of guys fall into that after their first couple steroid cycles, because you don't feel like Superman anymore when you're PCTing, which sucks. And I'm sure the hormonal swings that happen when you're on gear, off gear, on gear, off gear, it's probably not great for your body. I'm sure it's healthier in the long run to just stay on a small dose of testosterone. You know, still do your blast for 2 or 3 months, but then go down to a cruise like TRT, maybe slightly above TRT dose for, 2-3 months, maybe even longer. Let your body get back to normal. I've heard of guys where they notice actually while they're on their cruise, their TRT dose, things kind of get back to normal. Your nuts won't be as small as they are when you're on a steroid cycle. All your blood markers will come back into more normal range than when you're cranking sauce out your ass. Yeah, so I'm seriously considering it. I didn't think that I would ever do that. I didn't think I'd be a steroids all year round kind of guy. But the PCT sucks, and this is my warning to you guys. This video is to warn you to not even touch steroids in the first place. But if it's something that you know you want to do, it's all part of the game. The steroids, the PCT, I mean, the PCT doesn't have to be, but you're going to be on steroids all the time then. You're going to be a slave to the needle, which isn't great, but then you'll be Superman all the time. So there's that. You get that bonus. I'm trying to think of any other things that I noticed during my PCT. The first couple days of my PCT, my bird didn't even work at all. There was like 2 or 3 days where like I couldn't even like pop a chub. It was terrible. Thank God I got that in check real quick. I think I just started my PCT a little bit too late. I think those testosterone esters cleared out of my body quicker than I anticipated. And I didn't quite catch them with my PCT. I should have started it sooner, but oh well. Yeah, this is just my experience with PCT. Not everybody has this bad of a time. Some people have worse of a time. You never know what you're going to get. You might get that insomnia, trouble falling asleep, angry, upset, lazy. There's a list of that goes on and on and on when you take these PCT drugs. The Clomid especially is a tough one. So watch out for that. Look into enclomiphene. I'll make a separate video again about that. But yeah, that's my experience on PCT. I don't like it. I kind of don't feel like doing it anymore. So I might just blast and cruise until it's time to have kids. And then I'll jump on a PCT and come off the gear if I need to. I'm going to get my fertility checked. I think I ordered a little kit in the mail. So I'm going to see how fertile I am right now, about 2 months after my steroid cycle, and that'll determine where I kind of go from here. So, if you guys got any questions, make sure you drop them below. Let me know anything you want to see in the next upcoming videos. I'm your guy. All right, with that, that's all I got. Ed out.